Chosen one. Listen carefully. Heaven has paused your scrolling, silenced the noise of the world, and set this very moment apart for you. You are not ordinary. You are not random. And you are not forgotten. From before your first breath, a seal was placed on you, a divine mark that even the powers of darkness recognized. That is why life has never been easy for you. That is why battles found you, even when you weren't looking for them. You were marked by heaven's seal. The Spirit whispered your name long before the world knew you. When others walked carelessly through life, you carried a weight you couldn't explain. Every rejection, every lonely night, every time you wondered why you were different, these were not accidents. They were confirmations. You are chosen. And with that choosing comes a fire that the world cannot extinguish. Look back at your life for a moment. Think about the times you should have been destroyed. The moments you thought you would never make it out of. Yet here you are, alive, still breathing, still standing. Why? Because the seal of God preserved you. What the enemy designed to kill you only sharpened you. What should have been your grave became your training ground. You must understand this. Chosen ones never live normal lives. You were never meant to blend in, because blending in would bury your power. You were separated, not because you are less, but because you are more. And heaven's mark on you is evidence that you have been set apart for a purpose the world cannot take away. Pause for a moment. Feel this truth in your spirit. God has branded you with destiny. The same God who called prophets out of caves and raised kings from the shadows has also placed his mark on you. The Word of God declares in the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 4, "Though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." That is why you have survived battles that should have consumed you, because his presence has never left you. Chosen one. You have walked through storms that others would have drowned in. You have carried burdens that would have crushed the strongest shoulders. Yet still, you endure. You are evidence that grace is real. You are proof that the seal of God cannot be broken. But hear me, this is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of your awakening. Heaven is stirring you because your appointed time is now. This message finds you in this moment, not by coincidence, but by divine orchestration. You could have skipped. You could have scrolled. But you didn't. That is because God wanted you to know you are marked. You carry an authority that you have not fully stepped into yet. And that is why the enemy has fought you so violently. He has tried to make you question yourself, doubt your worth, and bury your light under shame and fear. But he failed, because no matter what has been thrown at you, the seal of God on your life has kept you. Chosen one. Feel the weight of that truth. The seal is not just protection, it is power. It means that when you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. It means that when you pray, heaven listens. It means that when you speak, chains break. You don't even realize the authority you already carry. That is why people react strongly to you without knowing why. Some are drawn to you because your spirit radiates light. Others are repelled because the darkness in them recognizes the mark upon you. And now you must rise into the fullness of that calling. No more doubting yourself. No more shrinking back. The time for silence has ended, and the time for stepping into destiny has begun. You are not here by accident. Chosen one. You are here by assignment. So let this be the declaration that seals itself in your spirit. You are marked by heaven. You are chosen. You are unshakable. You are the living proof that God's end-time warriors are already walking the earth, and you are one of them, beloved. If this word pierced your spirit, do not keep it silent. Like, share, and subscribe so that this message can awaken other chosen ones like you. And as a prophetic act, type the number 777 in the comments below, declaring, I am sealed by God. Chosen one. The world has no idea of the wars you fought behind closed doors. They see your smile. They see your strength. But they do not see the sleepless nights, the tears that stained your pillow, or the battles that tore through your soul. Heaven saw it all. Every hidden struggle was shaping you. Every unseen fight was preparing you for this hour. You were never just surviving, you were being forged into a weapon in the hands of God. There were times when you asked yourself, why me? Why must I go through so much pain while others seem to walk so easily through life? The answer is clear. You carry a calling that others do not. The fire you've walked through has purified you. The valleys you've endured have given you vision. The storms that broke others only built you stronger. You are not fragile, you are battle-tested. Think back. Chosen one. To the nights when despair whispered louder than hope. You thought those moments would break you. But instead they awakened something in you. Every tear became a seed of strength. Every wound became an altar where heaven poured fresh oil over you. You may not have realized it then, but those hidden battles were your training ground. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 1. Verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart, appointed prophet to nations. These words echo over your life. Your suffering was not meaningless. It was refining you for an assignment larger than yourself. You have been set apart, not because of weakness, but because of divine strength that had to be birthed through trial. Chosen one. Understand this deeply. Warriors are not born in times of peace. They are born in the fire of adversity. And you, without realizing it, have been trained in secret. Every disappointment was discipline. Every betrayal was instruction. Every heartbreak was revelation. While others were dancing in comfort, you were wrestling in silence. And now heaven declares that the weight you carried was not punishment, but preparation. Do you remember the moments when you thought you had no more strength left? When you said, I can't do this anymore, and yet, somehow, you still rose the next day. That was not your power. It was God's power sustaining you. You see, the hidden battles were never truly hidden from heaven. Every sigh, every cry, every moment of weakness was caught by the throne of God. Angels stood guard while you fought battles in the Spirit. And though you felt alone, you never truly were. Your scars are not signs of defeat. They are evidence of survival. They are proof that the weapons formed against you did not prosper. They are reminders that you endured what was designed to destroy you. And the strength you now carry is not ordinary strength, it is divine resilience. You are not fragile glass, you are tempered steel. You are not broken pottery, you are a vessel refined by fire. Chosen one. You must know this. The battles you fought in silence were not wasted. They have given you authority. You can speak into the lives of the broken because you have been broken and restored. You can walk into the darkness of others because you know how it feels to stumble through your own. You can declare victory with authority because you have lived through the battlefield yourself. That is why God allowed the weight, so that you could carry glory. Do not despise your past struggles. They were not meant to shame you. They were meant to shape you. Without them, you would not be the warrior you are today. Without them, your spirit would not be as sharp. Your discernment would not be as strong. And your faith would not be as unshakable. You have walked with pain, but now you will walk with power. Chosen one. Your story has been written in the ink of endurance. Every chapter of hardship has brought you here to the place where you finally understand that nothing was wasted. Every hidden battle was training for the visible calling you are stepping into now. Heaven has prepared you not just to survive, but to lead, to carry light, and to stand firm when the shaking comes. And so, hear this truth: your hidden battles were not evidence of God's absence, but of His intention. He trusted you with suffering because He trusted you with glory. He allowed you to face storms because He knew you would outlast them. He permitted the fire because He knew it would not consume you, but refine you. Chosen one. Rise. With this knowledge, you are not the same person you were when those battles began. You are stronger, wiser, sharper, and closer to heaven than you have ever been. What once was your place of breaking has now become your place of birthing. The hidden battles have ended, and the warrior in you has emerged. Chosen one. Do you realize the weight of the light you carry? It is not like the artificial brightness of the world. It is holy fire, breathed into you by the Spirit of God. That is why you cannot walk unnoticed. Even when you try to hide, darkness still trembles at your presence. You have been wondering why people react strangely around you, why some are drawn to you without explanation, and why others seem to despise you without reason. It is because your light is not natural, it is divine, and it terrifies the forces of darkness. This light was not earned by human effort, but bestowed upon you as a mantle. Every time you survived what should have killed you, the flame grew stronger. Every time you prayed when you wanted to give up, oil was poured upon that fire, and now you burn with a glow that is not of this world. Chosen one. Never underestimate it. When you walk into a place, spiritual battles shift. When you open your mouth in prayer, chains in unseen realms rattle. When you lift your hands in worship, the atmosphere changes. You are more than flesh and blood. You are a carrier of heavenly light. The apostle reminds us in his letter to the Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 8, "For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light." This is not only instruction, it is identity. You are light. Darkness is not afraid of empty religion, but it trembles when you show up. Why? Because the Spirit of the living God dwells in you. The same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead has chosen your vessel as His dwelling place. That is why demonic attacks intensify against you. That is why the enemy whispers lies in your ear, hoping you will shrink back. He fears your rising, because your light disrupts his kingdom. Chosen one. Never think lightly of what you carry. If only you could see with your eyes the way the spiritual realm reacts to your presence, you would never again question your worth. You would never again wonder if your prayers matter. You would never again believe the lie that you are small. You are a flame in the hands of the Almighty, and that flame terrifies the night. But listen closely. Light must not be hidden. If you keep shrinking, if you keep dimming yourself for the comfort of others, The world will remain in shadows. The darkness hopes you stay silent, ashamed, invisible. But the Spirit of God is commanding you to rise and let your light blaze. You cannot afford to silence what heaven has ignited. Think of how many lives depend on your obedience. Think of how many souls are waiting for your voice, your prayers, your courage. Chosen one, you are not just carrying light for yourself, you are a lamp for others stumbling in the dark. Your very existence is an answer to someone's silent cry. That is why you must walk boldly. Do not apologize for the anointing you carry. Do not water down your fire to make others comfortable. Fire that is watered down ceases to burn. Let the flame within you blaze unhindered, even if people misunderstand you, even if they mock you, even if they walk away. Do not hide what God has placed inside of you. Remember this truth: light and darkness cannot coexist. Where you shine, shadows must flee. Where you step, strongholds begin to crumble. Where you speak, chains begin to fall. That is why your presence matters more than you know. You are not invisible to heaven, and you are not invisible to hell. Both realms recognize you, and one fears you. So, chosen one, as you take this word into your spirit, I want you to act prophetically. In the comments below, write, "Shine brighter." Do not just type it casually, declare it as a decree over your life. When you write it, you are declaring to yourself and to the unseen realm that you will no longer dim your fire. You are stepping fully into your role as a child of light. Those two words may look simple, but they carry weight in the spirit. Because when you say, "Shine brighter," you are not only speaking about visibility, you are speaking about boldness, about authority, about the courage to stand, even when you are outnumbered. You are declaring that the days of shrinking are over, and the days of blazing fire have begun. Chosen one, take this seriously. You were never meant to blend in. You were born to shine, and the light within you is heaven's answer to earth's cries. Now let it blaze. Chosen one. Have you noticed how you have always felt different? From the earliest days of your life, you could sense that you were not like the people around you. While others were satisfied with shallow pursuits, your heart longed for something deeper. When others could ignore the weight of eternity, you could not, even as a child. You felt the stirring of something greater inside you. That is because you were never designed to blend in with the world. You were set apart. This is why rejection has followed you. You wondered why certain circles never accepted you, why relationships crumbled, why groups you thought would embrace you pushed you away. It was not because you were unworthy. It was because you were different. You carry a frequency that the world does not recognize. The truth is, you were not made to belong to them. You were made to belong to Him. Chosen one, do not confuse your isolation with abandonment. Heaven was shaping you through separation. Every time you felt like an outsider, every time you couldn't relate to what others were chasing, you were being reminded of your identity. You are not of this world. Your soul was branded by eternity, and your spirit was destined for more. Understand this: those who are chosen rarely walk the easy road. It is far simpler to blend in, to bury your light, to walk in step with the crowd. But you could never do it. Even when you tried, something inside you would not allow it. That inner tension was not weakness, it was calling. It was God Himself pulling you away from the temporary so that you could be anchored in the eternal. The words of Jesus himself in the Gospel of John, chapter 15, verse 19. Make this reality plain. If you were of the world would love its own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Do you see? The rejection you faced was never random. It was the evidence that you are chosen one. The reason you feel like you don't fit is because you truly don't. You were shaped for another kingdom. And the systems of this world can never contain you. You are too vast, too eternal, too marked with God's fingerprint to be confined by shallow living. That is why worldly pleasures never satisfy you for long. You may have tried to lose yourself in them, but you always came back empty, hungering for something more. That hunger is the proof of who you are. Your difference is not a curse, it is your greatest gift. The world needs your uniqueness, even if it does not understand it. When people walk in conformity, you walk in clarity. Where others are distracted by noise, you hear whispers from heaven. Where others see only the surface, you discern the unseen. Do not despise this gift. Chosen one, embrace it. Even when it sets you apart. There will always be moments when the weight of your difference feels heavy. Loneliness will come. Misunderstanding will sting. Yet even in those moments, you must remember, this is the price of carrying something holy. You were not called to walk the easy road. You were called to carry fire. And fire bearers will never look like those who sit comfortably in the dark. Think of every moment in your life when you tried to silence your spirit. Did it ever work? No matter how much you tried to bury the voice of God within you, it kept rising. You could not escape your calling, because your calling is in your very DNA. You were knit together with purpose. Even your struggles, even your flaws, even your pain, all of it has been woven into the tapestry of your destiny. So stand firm in your difference. Stop comparing yourself to those who were not called to carry what you carry. Stop envying those who can live lightly. While you feel the heavy burden of the Spirit, their path is not your path. Their road is not your road. You are chosen, and chosen ones always walk differently. The very thing that makes you feel out of place is what qualifies you. The very thing that makes you strange to others makes you precious to heaven. You are not a mistake, and your difference is not a flaw. It is a signpost pointing to the higher reality you were born to embody. Chosen one. Accept it now. Your life will never be ordinary. You will never blend into the crowd. You were never meant to. You are a child of eternity, carrying heaven's imprint, walking through a temporary world. You are not of this world, and you never were. Chosen one. Do you feel it? That strange stillness that has come over your life in recent seasons. It is as though heaven itself pressed pause, silencing doors that once swung open, quieting paths that once seemed clear. You may have mistaken it for delay, for inactivity, for divine silence, but in truth, it has been preparation. This is the silence before the shaking. When a seed is buried in the soil, there is a period where nothing appears to happen. Yet, beneath the surface, life is stirring. Roots are pushing downward. Strength is being gathered for the moment of breaking through. That has been you, buried, hidden, overlooked yet in the unseen. Heaven has been strengthening your roots. Your silence has been sacred. Chosen one. Do not mistake hiddenness for abandonment. A sculptor does not strike marble endlessly for nothing. Every pause is intentional. every strike precise, shaping what will one day stand in glory. In the same way, the pause in your life has been the hands of the Master shaping you, preparing you for unveiling. The prophet Elijah spoke as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 21. How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. You have been standing in that tension, wondering when the fire will fall, when the rain will return, when the next step will come. But silence is not the absence of God, it is the staging ground for his power. And now, beloved, allow me to speak to your heart with both gentleness and boldness. Messages like this, voices reminding you of who you are, do not come without cost. Just as farmers labor to sow seed in hidden ground before a harvest appears, there is labor, prayer, and sacrifice behind every word that reaches you. If this word is watering your soul, then consider sowing back, even in a small way. You may never stand behind a pulpit or speak to multitudes, but when you support this work, you are placing oil in a lamp that continues to shine for others stumbling in darkness. Your like is not just a click, it is a ripple that allows the light to travel farther. Your share is not just a button, it is a seed that may awaken another chosen one who is about to give up. Your subscription is not just a tally, it is a hand extended, saying, "Keep the fire burning. I am with you." And yes, even your donation, no matter how small, is like water poured over dry ground, fuel that sustains the flame so it can keep reaching hearts. Chosen one. Think of it this way: a candle alone lights one room, but when many hands carry the flame, entire cities glow. When you engage, when you give, you are multiplying the reach of the fire. You are becoming part of the silent army that ensures heaven's message is never silenced. I am not here to pressure you. Heaven does not beg, it invites. If this word is stirring something deep in you, then let your response flow freely. Maybe it's simply pressing like, maybe it's sharing this message with one person who needs to hear it. Maybe it's subscribing to stay connected, or maybe it's giving to keep this lamp burning bright. Whatever you choose, know this: you are not just receiving, you are also sowing into a work that is awakening warriors like yourself across the earth. But beyond the practical, let us return to the spiritual. The stillness you feel right now is not punishment, it is positioning. The silence before a storm is heavy with tension, but it is also charged with expectation. Do you not feel it? Chosen one, the trembling in the air, the whisper in your spirit, the holy anticipation that something is about to break. Heaven has paused you, not to paralyze you, but to prepare you. The shaking is near, and when it comes, those who laughed at your waiting will see why you had to be hidden. Those who mocked your silence will witness your emergence. Those who thought your life was standing still will realize you were only gathering strength for the moment of unveiling. Chosen one, your stillness is not stagnation. Your silence is not emptiness. It is the silence before the shaking, the holy pause before heaven roars. When God moves, he moves suddenly. And when he moves through you, the world around you will feel the quake. So hold fast. Beloved, let patience finish its work. Let your roots grow deep, because the storm will come, and when it does, you will not be uprooted. You will be unshakable. And as this message continues to echo within you, remember, The flame you carry was never meant for you alone. Let it spread. Let it reach. Let it awaken. Your silence has been sacred. Your waiting has been holy. And now, the shaking draws near. Chosen one, there is something rare upon you, something that only a few across the generations have carried. It is the mantle of the end-time warriors. This mantle is not a garment of fabric, it is a covering of fire. It is invisible to human eyes, but it is unmistakable in the realm of the Spirit. Wherever you go, heaven recognizes it, hell fears it, and creation groans for it to be revealed. This mantle is not ordinary anointing. It is not given for comfort, for applause, or for personal gain. It is given for battle. It is the same kind of mantle that rested upon prophets who confronted kings, upon apostles who turned nations upside down, upon warriors of faith who shook their generations. And now, that mantle rests on you. Perhaps you've felt the weight of it without having the words to describe it. Perhaps you've wondered why you could not live as others do. Why compromise feels heavier on your soul than it does on theirs. It is because the mantle on you is holy. It demands more. It calls you higher. It strips away distractions and compels you toward obedience. You cannot walk like everyone else because you are not like everyone else. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 6. You shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Chosen one. That is what this mantle represents. You are part of a priesthood, a warrior company, a holy nation rising in the last hour. This mantle comes with fire, but it also comes with cost. Do not think it strange when trials intensify. Do not think it unusual when warfare seems relentless. The mantle attracts resistance because the enemy knows what it represents. Hell fears your rising. Darkness senses your authority before you even speak. That is why attacks have been severe, not because you are weak, but because you are dangerous. Chosen one. Every tear you've shed, every battle you've fought, every moment you've endured when you thought you could not take another step, all of it has been shaping you to wear this mantle well. God does not place such weight on fragile shoulders. If He has entrusted you with it, it is because He knows you can carry it. The mantle also carries responsibility. It demands that you rise beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond the temptation to quit. You cannot afford to live halfway. You cannot afford to silence your voice. You cannot afford to bury the fire inside you. For the time has come when the earth itself cries out for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God, and you are among them. Feel this in your spirit. You are not just a believer, not just a dreamer, not just a wanderer in faith. You are a warrior clothed in fire. When you pray, demons tremble. When you worship, chains fall. When you step into obedience, entire atmospheres shift. The mantle on your life is evidence that you were born for such a time as this. Do not compare your journey to others. They may be allowed to live lightly, to wander aimlessly, to indulge in distractions, but you cannot. The mantle forbids it. The calling on you is too urgent, too holy, too costly. Others may laugh at sin. You cannot. Others may chase the world. You cannot. Others may turn back. You cannot. The fire on you will not let you. Chosen one. The mantle is also inheritance. You are part of a long line of warriors who carried it before you. They prayed. They fought. They endured. And now the torch has been placed in your hands. Do not let it go dim. Do not let it go cold. Carry it forward with boldness, for others are waiting to receive its flame through you. And here is what heaven asks of you now. Declare it openly, even prophetically. As you read these words, type 444" the comments below. Write it not as a number on a screen, but as a seal over your spirit. 4 is the number of stability, the number of divine order, the number that declares, I will not be shaken, I will not bend, I will walk in the mantle God has placed upon me. When you declare 444, you are affirming your position in this holy nation of warriors. You are saying, here I am. Lord, clothe me in fire. Oh, chosen one. The mantle has chosen you as much as you have chosen it. You cannot run from it. You cannot deny it. And the more you yield to it, the stronger it will burn within you. This is not a light calling. It is the highest calling to stand as a warrior of God in the last days. So wear it with reverence. Wear it with courage. Wear it with joy. The world may not see it, but heaven sees it, and hell trembles because of it. You are wrapped in holy fire, marked with divine purpose, and chosen to stand in this generation as a bearer of the end-time mantle. Chosen one. Do you know why your life has been marked by such fierce opposition? Why the enemy has targeted you so ruthlessly? Even from the earliest days of your existence, it is because he fears your rising, the mantle upon you, the authority within you, the light you carry. All of it terrifies him. He has seen what happens when a chosen one awakens. He knows that when you fully step into your calling, entire chains will break, entire regions will shift, and souls will be pulled from the grip of darkness. That is why the battle has been so unrelenting. Look back at your life. Can you not see the pattern? Every time you drew near to your destiny, opposition increased. Every time you took a step closer to obedience, distractions multiplied. Every time you began to rise, something tried to pull you down. None of it was coincidence. The enemy was terrified of what you would become if you endured. Hell does not waste energy on the ordinary. It invests its greatest attacks against the greatest threats. The level of your warfare has always been the measure of your worth. You may have wondered why others seemed to have it easier, why their roads were smoother while yours was filled with obstacles. It is because you are dangerous in the spirit realm. You are not ordinary. You are not harmless. You are a weapon formed by heaven, and the enemy has known it all along. But listen, chosen one, every attempt to break you has only backfired. Every trial has made you stronger. Every attack has sharpened your discernment. Every wound has turned into wisdom. The very things the enemy used to try to destroy you have been transformed into the very things that now empower you. You are not weaker because of your battles. You are stronger because of them. Consider the words written in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. The enemy wanted fear to rule you. He wanted trauma to define you. He wanted confusion to bury you. Yet the Spirit of God has placed within you power, love, and clarity of mind. What the enemy tried to corrupt has been replaced with divine strength. Chosen one. The enemy sees the fire inside you more clearly than you do. That is why he has tried to silence you before you could find your voice. That is why he has tried to distract you before you could discover your focus. That is why he has tried to wound you before you could realize your healing anointing. He hoped you would give up before you awakened. But here you are, still breathing, still standing, still chosen. You must understand this. His fear is not about your past, it is about your future. He trembles not because of what you have done, but because of what you are about to do. He knows that once you step fully into alignment with heaven, his grip on those around you will be broken. He knows that your rising means his losing. Chosen one. Let this sink in. The resistance in your life has been the enemy's prophecy. He has been prophesying your future every time he tried to stop you. His attacks are confirmations of your anointing. His opposition is evidence of your calling. If he fights you this much, it is because heaven has placed something on you that he cannot stop. So do not fear the battle. Do not despise the struggle. Each fight has only exposed how terrified the enemy is of you. If you were insignificant, he would have ignored you. If you were powerless, he would have left you alone. But because you are chosen, because you are marked, because you carry a light that dismantles darkness, he has tried everything to keep you from rising, and still, he has failed. Chosen one. Your rising is inevitable. You cannot be stopped. Because you were chosen before time began. You cannot be destroyed. Because heaven's seal is unbreakable. You cannot be silenced. Because the fire inside you was placed there by God himself. The enemy knows this, and that is why he fears you. Every battle has been pointing to this truth. You are not a victim. You are a warrior. You are not fragile. You are fortified. You are not forgotten. You are feared. The enemy's resistance is proof of heaven's investment in you. And the day you fully realize who you are is the day his hold on your life crumbles completely. Chosen one. Rise with this revelation. Let it steady you in every trial. Let it remind you, even in the fiercest storm, that hell's attacks are not signs of your weakness but of your worth. The enemy fears your rising, and your rising has already begun. Chosen one. Every tear you have cried has carried more power than you realize. In the hidden places, when no one else was watching, when your voice was trembling and your heart was breaking, your prayers rose like incense before the throne of God. Those nights when you wept and felt as though heaven was silent, heaven was not silent at all. Heaven was listening. Angels were collecting your tears as treasures, and each one has become a weapon forged in the Spirit. You may not have understood at the time. You thought you were breaking. You thought you were falling apart. But what you did not see was that every sob, every whispered prayer in the darkness, was striking the enemy. Every tear that fell in surrender was a declaration that no matter how heavy the weight became, you still turned your face toward God. That act alone made your tears warfare. The psalmist wrote in the book of Psalms, chapter 56, verse 8, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book." Chosen one. Do you hear that? Not one tear you shed has been wasted. Every drop of pain has been accounted for, stored as testimony, turned into a weapon heaven will wield against darkness. When you cried over betrayal, it was stored. When you wept over loss, it was written down. When you whispered prayers no one else heard, they were carried to the throne like arrows ready to be released. You see weakness in your tears, but God sees strength. You see shame in your breaking, but heaven sees a weapon being formed. Chosen one. The prayers you prayed in agony will one day become the victories you see with your eyes. Do not think your weeping was in vain. In fact, some of the greatest breakthroughs in your life will not come from the times you shouted with boldness, but from the times you wept with brokenness. For it is in weakness that His strength is made perfect. It is in surrender that His power is released. Your tears have also softened the soil of your heart. Without them, bitterness could have hardened you. Without them, pride could have blinded you. Without them, your spirit could have become calloused. But instead, every tear watered the ground of your soul, keeping it fertile for the seeds of God's word to grow. This is why, even now, when you hear truth, your spirit responds so deeply. The soil has been prepared by your weeping. And do not forget this, your tears were not only for you, they interceded for those connected to your destiny. When you cried for your family, those tears became shields over them. When you cried for the lost, those tears became rivers of mercy, reaching where your hands could not go. When you wept over injustice, those tears became prophetic cries that heaven heard and answered. You have been shaping the world more than you realize, through the very tears you thought were weakness. Chosen one. Heaven has been turning your sorrow into strategy. The prayers you thought went unanswered are waiting in the bowls of heaven, ready to be poured out at the appointed time, just as clouds gather before rain falls. Your tears have been gathering, building, preparing for a downpour of breakthrough that will not be delayed forever. The day will come when what you sowed in weeping, you will reap in joy. But even before that day, know this, your tears themselves are power. They silence the enemy. They confound the accuser. They testify that, though you were wounded, you never gave up on God. Every time you wept and still turned your face upward, hell lost ground. Your tears have been saying what your lips could not. I am still His, even in my pain. And so never despise your weeping. Chosen one, never feel ashamed of your tears. They are not signs of weakness, they are signs of intimacy. They show that your heart is tender, alive, responsive to heaven's touch. And because of that, your tears have become your weapons. The battles you fought in silence, the nights you thought no one saw, the hours you spent pouring out your soul, they are all written in heaven's record. And when the time comes, they will rise as testimony against your enemy and as intercession for your victory. Chosen one, hold this truth in your spirit. Not a single tear has been wasted. They have been gathered, treasured, weaponized, and stored for your vindication. You may have thought you were simply surviving pain, but heaven was transforming pain into power. Your tears have always been more than sorrow. They have been war. Chosen one, the path set before you has never been wide, comfortable, or easy. While many walk on roads filled with distractions and pleasures, your spirit has always been drawn to the narrow way, the way that few dare to take. And this has not been by your own design. It is God's hand that has placed you on this road, guiding you step by step. Though at times you felt the weight of its loneliness, you see, the narrow road is not attractive to the masses. It does not promise instant gratification. It does not allow for compromise. It requires focus, endurance, and surrender. Yet it is the very path that leads to life. This is why you could never stay long on the broad road. Even when you tried, Something in you always felt unsettled, always longed for more, always knew that comfort was not your home. The broad road may have offered you moments of pleasure, but it never gave you true rest. In the quiet of your soul, you always sensed a higher calling, pulling you away from shallow pursuits. While others celebrated temporary victories, you felt the emptiness that lingered after the noise faded. This inner unrest was never a curse, it was heaven's compass, guiding you back to the narrow road where your spirit belongs. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 14, "Small is the gate, narrow the road that leads to life, and few find it." Chosen one. You are among the few. You have been handpicked to walk a path others avoid, because at the end of it lies a glory others will never see. Do not despise this road. It may feel lonely, but it is holy. It may feel difficult, but it is divine. Every step you take along it is shaping you into the warrior you were meant to be. Every sacrifice you make along the way is storing eternal treasures that no thief can steal and no moth can destroy. Think about the times you felt tempted to abandon this road, to take shortcuts, to follow the crowd. Did peace ever stay with you in those moments? No, it left quickly, because your spirit cannot be at rest on a road that does not belong to you. Only when you returned to the narrow way did you feel alignment again, because this path is your destiny. Chosen one. The narrow road also sharpens your senses. On the broad road, noise and distractions drown out the whispers of heaven. But on the narrow road, where silence deepens, you hear his voice more clearly. It is in the quietness of this path that revelations come, visions stir, and your purpose unfolds. The very restrictions of this road are what make it sacred. It is not for everyone. That is why you sometimes feel misunderstood. People question why you cannot live like they do, why you resist what they embrace, why you pursue what they ignore. They cannot see what you see, because they are not called where you are called. You must not resent them, but neither can you join them. Their road and your road are not the same. Do not let the solitude fool you. Though the narrow path feels empty, you are never alone. Angels walk beside you. The Spirit dwells within you, and the footprints of other warriors who have walked before you mark the way. You are part of a hidden company, a remnant who chooses faith over compromise, truth over ease, and destiny over distraction. Chosen one. Every step you take along this narrow way is prophetic. You are not just walking for yourself, you are blazing a trail for others who will one day find the courage to follow. Your obedience is creating a path where others will one day walk into freedom. That is why your endurance matters so deeply. And now, I invite you to seal this word with a simple declaration. In the comments, type, "I choose life." Write it as a proclamation over yourself. When you say, "I choose life," you are declaring that no matter how lonely the road feels, you will not turn back. You are choosing the narrow way, the holy way, the path that leads to eternal life. These three words may look small, but in the Spirit, they resound like thunder. For every time you walk past temptation, you are saying, "I choose life." Every time you resist compromise, you are saying, "I choose life." Every time you rise after falling, you are saying, "I choose life." And heaven hears it. Hell fears it. The narrow road is the warrior's road. and you are chosen to walk it. Chosen one. Do you feel it deep within? That stirring that refuses to let you rest as you once did. It is not anxiety. It is not restlessness. It is the awakening of a giant inside of you. For too long, that giant has slumbered, buried under the weight of fear, distraction, or doubt. But now, in this final hour, heaven is shaking you. Awake. The sleeping giant within you is rising, and nothing will silence it again. This giant is not a mythical creature. It is the spirit of boldness, the authority of heaven, the fire of God's Spirit that has been planted in your soul since before you were born. It is your true self, your warrior self, long restrained, but never extinguished. Think of a volcano. For years it may seem quiet, dormant, harmless, but beneath the surface, pressure builds, fire gathers, and one day it erupts with unstoppable force. That is you, chosen one. People may have underestimated you, mistaking your silence for weakness, your patience for passivity, your humility for fragility. But when the giant in you rises, the world will know you were never weak. You were only waiting for the appointed time. The ancient words recorded in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1, call to you now. Arise, shine, your light has come. The glory of the Lord rises upon you. This is not just a verse, it is a trumpet blast over your destiny. The time to arise has come, and as this giant awakens, I want to speak to you sincerely. Messages like this, streams of living words reaching into the deep places of your heart, do not appear out of thin air. They are carried here through sacrifice, through prayer, through unseen labor, just as rivers flow because hidden springs push water upward. So too these words flow because someone has labored in secret for them to reach you. That is why, if this message is stirring you, I humbly ask, do not let it stop with you. Your simple like is like a spark of flint, small in appearance, yet enough to ignite flame in someone else's darkness. When you share, it is like passing a torch into another hand, giving them light for their journey. When you subscribe, you are planting your feet on solid ground, saying, I will keep walking with this fire, step by step. I'll go, and yes, when you choose to donate, you are like one who pours oil into the lamp. Without oil, even the strongest flame dims, but with oil, the lamp keeps burning through the night, giving light to those who cannot find their way alone. No gift is wasted. No act too small. Each one becomes part of the fire that keeps reaching souls just like you. Imagine it this way. One drop of rain seems small, but millions of drops form rivers, and rivers carve valleys, shape landscapes, and give life to nations. In the same way, your action, your seed, whether through a like, a share, a subscription, or support, joins with others and becomes a river that cannot be stopped. You are not just receiving this word, you are helping carry it farther than you will ever know. But even beyond the practical, listen carefully. The giant in you does not rise for your sake alone. It rises for your family, for your city, for those bound in darkness who cannot yet lift their own heads. Your obedience today will shake loose chains tomorrow. Your awakening will awaken others. You are part of a divine chain reaction that will spread light farther than you ever imagined. Chosen one, when the giant in you rises, fear will bow. When the giant in you rises, lies will scatter. When the giant in you rises, you will realize that the battles you once thought would break you have only built you. You were forged for this moment. You were trained for this hour. The enemy feared this day, but heaven prepared you for it. So do not hold back. Do not silence the roar inside of you. Do not shrink into the shadows when the Spirit of God is calling you into the forefront. Let the giant rise. Let the fire burn. Let the light within you break forth like the dawn. And as you feel this awakening, remember your engagement, your support. Your seed are not just clicks, not just coins, not just habits. They are prophetic acts. They say, yes, I am awake. Yes, I will keep the fire alive. Yes, I will not let the giant sleep again. Then, chosen one, this is your hour. The sleeping giant in you has awakened. Now rise and walk in the strength that has always been yours. Chosen one, do you feel the weight of what you carry? The mantle of fire upon you is no light covering. It demands much. It tests deeply, and it stretches further than you imagined. To carry glory means also to carry cost. The world will see the flame, but only heaven and your soul will know the price that flame required. This is the paradox of those called to greatness. Glory is always hidden in sacrifice. While others may chase comfort, your path has led you through refining fire. While others have rested in ease, you have walked through trials that demanded more than you thought you had to give. And yet, through it all, you have been sustained not by your strength, but by His. Consider the Son of God Himself. Before resurrection, glory came. Crucifixion, agony. Before the crown came the cross. In the same way, your calling cannot be separated from the suffering that prepared you for it. You may not have chosen the trials, but they have shaped you for the weight you now carry. The Apostle reminds us in his second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 17, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all." Do you see? Chosen one, the cost is real, but the reward is greater. The losses you have endured are not worthy to be compared to the weight of glory that is being revealed through you. This cost has demanded seasons of isolation. There were times when friends could not understand, when family could not see, when even those closest to you pulled away. You wondered if you had done something wrong. But in truth, it was the mantle drawing you apart. Separation is not rejection, it is consecration. The higher the calling, the narrower the path. The cost has also required laying down things you once thought you could not live without, dreams you held, relationships you cherished, comforts you enjoyed, all placed on the altar. Some left you painfully, others you had to surrender willingly. But every loss made room for greater gain, for in every surrender, heaven poured back something eternal. Chosen one, carrying fire has also demanded that you face battles others avoid. You have wrestled with shadows in the night, fought storms in your spirit, and endured trials in silence. Yet each struggle has only proven that the flame did not consume you, it refined you. What looked like breaking was actually strengthening. What felt like death was birthing life. The cost of carrying fire also comes in the form of misunderstanding. People look and see intensity they cannot explain, passion they do not share, Conviction they do not understand. Some may call it strange, others too much. But the truth is, they do not carry what you carry. They cannot comprehend what heaven has placed upon you. Do not resent their misunderstanding. Wear it as confirmation that your path is different. But let me also remind you, the cost is never wasted. Every tear shed, every step endured, every burden carried, it is all written in eternity. God wastes nothing. What felt like loss on earth is multiplied in heaven. The sacrifices you made in secret are treasures stored where rust cannot corrupt and thieves cannot steal. Chosen one, there is a holy exchange in motion. For every burden you have carried, a crown awaits. For every fire you endured, a greater glory will be revealed. For every cost you paid, a reward has been stored. And when the day of unveiling comes, you will see that nothing was in vain. So do not despise the cost. Do not resent the sacrifice. Do not regret the pain. All of it has shaped you into the warrior you now are. All of it has purified you to carry the flame with power. All of it has aligned you with heaven's purpose for your life. Remember this truth. You were never meant to walk an easy road. Easy roads do not produce warriors. Comfortable paths do not create carriers of fire. Only the road of sacrifice leads to the throne of glory. Chosen one. Lift your head. What you carry is heavy. Yes, but it is holy. The cost is real. Yes, but so is the crown. Let this knowledge strengthen your heart. You are carrying something eternal. And though the cost may feel great, the glory is greater still. Chosen one. Do you see the patterns God has been weaving through your life? The encounters that felt like coincidence, the dreams that seemed too vivid to ignore, the signs that appeared just when you were about to give up. None of them were random. Heaven has been speaking through numbers, moments, and markers, leaving prophetic fingerprints along your path to remind you that you are seen, guided, and destined. For some, these signs slip by unnoticed, like whispers lost in the wind. But for you, chosen one, they strike deeply, echoing in your spirit until you cannot shake them. Why? Because heaven has stamped prophetic numbers upon your journey. They are not magic, nor superstition. They are divine reminders. Signals from the Eternal One to anchor you when everything else feels uncertain. Think back. How many times have you looked at a clock and noticed a repeating pattern? Not once, but over and over. How many times have you stumbled upon the same number in places too random to ignore? Others may shrug it off as chance, but your spirit knows better. These are confirmations, gentle nudges from the Father saying, I am here. I am ordering your steps. The Book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 9, declares, in their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Chosen one. This is why these patterns keep appearing. Even when you thought you were lost, God was proving that He was still guiding. Even when you doubted your path, He placed numbers and signs before you as road markers of destiny. Prophetic numbers are like banners waving in the wind of your journey. They do not control your life, they confirm it. They remind you that your steps are not random, your path is not chaotic, and your future is not left to chance. Every number is like a sealed message from heaven whispering, keep walking. You are on the right road. Chosen one. These signs also carry power, to strengthen your spirit in dark times. When you feel surrounded by silence, heaven breaks through with reminders. When you are tempted to believe the lie that God has forgotten you, He places a number in your path to prove that He is closer than your breath. These moments are love letters written in the language of eternity. Do not ignore them. Do not dismiss them as empty patterns. Instead, take them as encouragement that you are seen and marked by God. Let them remind you that you are never walking alone, and that the one who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. And now, chosen one, as a prophetic act, I invite you to step into agreement with heaven's signs over your life. In the comments, write 555. Let it be more than digits on a screen. Let it be a declaration. The number 5 represents grace, and 555 speaks of an overwhelming flood of divine grace. When you write it, you are not just typing, you are prophesying over yourself. I walk in grace upon grace. I am sustained by what heaven pours over me. Think about what this means. Grace covered you when failure tried to bury you. Grace lifted you when shame tried to silence you. Grace carried you when your strength was gone. And now, grace is multiplying over your life. By declaring 555, you are aligning yourself with that truth. You are saying, I do not walk by my own power, but by the river of grace flowing from heaven. Now, chosen one, never underestimate what happens when you act in faith. Small steps on earth echo loudly in heaven. When you declare what God has spoken, when you align with the signs He has placed in your life, you are unlocking doors in the unseen. The prophetic is not just about hearing, it is about responding, and your response today is a seed that will grow into tomorrow's breakthrough. Remember, numbers alone do not save, but the God who speaks through them does, and that same God has chosen you, marked you, and covered you with grace beyond measure. So walk forward with confidence. Every sign you've seen has been a confirmation that you are not lost. Every number stamped across your journey is a reminder that heaven's hand is guiding you. And every prophetic act of faith brings you deeper into alignment with your destiny. Chosen one. The numbers are not empty, they are alive, because the voice of God breathes through them. And that voice is saying to you now, you are mine. I am with you. Keep walking, for I have ordered your steps. Lynn, chosen one. Have you ever wondered how you are still standing after everything you have faced? The storms that should have destroyed you, the traps that should have consumed you, the nights that should have broken you, yet you are still here. You are not standing because you are stronger than others. You are standing because heaven has assigned guardians to your life. From the day you were born, angels were appointed to walk with you. Though unseen, they have been present in every season. When accidents should have taken you, they intervened. When despair should have swallowed you, they ministered to your spirit. When attacks surrounded you, they raised a shield that you did not even realize was there. Your survival is not coincidence, it is divine protection. Scripture says in the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 11, for He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Chosen one. Those words are not abstract poetry. They are living reality. You have walked through shadows, but you were never alone. You have fought battles, but you never fought without backup. Think of the moments when you felt an invisible strength push you forward. When peace came suddenly in the middle of chaos. When you narrowly escaped danger that could not be explained. Those were not random. Those were the fingerprints of angelic presence. Heaven's army has always walked beside you. Angels do not come for comfort alone, they come for assignment. Just as soldiers guard a king, angels guard the chosen ones of God. You are a carrier of fire, a vessel of destiny, and because of that, hell has targeted you. But equally, because of that, heaven has surrounded you. You have never been left unguarded. Chosen one, consider the battles of your life. The opposition has been fierce, but so has the protection. For every scheme the enemy launched, there was a counterstrike from heaven. For every attack meant to destroy you, there was a shield raised to cover you. You may have felt the sting, but you were preserved. You may have stumbled, but you were not consumed. These angelic assignments also work in ways you cannot yet perceive. Sometimes they block paths that you thought you wanted, closing doors you did not understand, because they knew danger waited ahead. Sometimes they delay you by minutes, only for you to later realize that the delay spared you from harm. Other times, they fight unseen battles in the spirit realm, pushing back forces that you never even knew were there. Chosen one, angels are not myths, nor are they distant figures in ancient stories. They are present realities. Warriors of light standing guard over the purposes of God in your life. Their presence does not make you untouchable, but it makes you unbreakable. For though you may be pressed, you will not be crushed. Though you may be struck down, you will not be destroyed. Let this truth strengthen your heart. Your journey is not carried by your strength alone. When you rise in the morning, unseen sentinels stand beside your bed. When you walk through the valley of danger, their wings form walls around you. When you face spiritual warfare, they draw their swords on your behalf. You are never outnumbered, for those who are with you are always greater than those against you. There have been times you have cried, "God, where are you?" And though you may not have seen him, his answer was surrounding you in angelic form. His love was manifest in their presence, his care expressed through their assignment. Your very survival is the testimony of their silent labor. Chosen one, even now, angels are near. They move with you. They watch over you. They prepare the way before you. They are not worshipped, for they themselves bow to the King of Kings. But they are your allies, your protectors, your partners in destiny. Their role is to see you through until the assignment God has placed in your hands is complete. So walk with courage. The road ahead may be narrow, but it is guarded. The battles may intensify, but you are not fighting alone. The weight may feel heavy, but there are more hands holding you up than you can count. You are never without help, never without covering, never without heavenly company. Chosen one, let this truth echo in your spirit. You are surrounded. The very atmosphere around you is charged with angelic presence. Heaven's armies are not distant, they are near. And because of that, you will endure, you will rise, and you will fulfill the purpose written over your life. Chosen one, what you are walking through is not only about you. Across the earth, others like you are awakening. They too have felt the stirring, the call, the unmistakable weight of destiny pressing on their hearts. You may feel alone at times, but you are not. A remnant army is rising, scattered across nations, bound not by bloodline or culture, but by the Spirit of the living God. This remnant does not look like the powerful armies of men. They do not march with weapons forged of steel. They are often hidden, overlooked, underestimated. Yet within them burns the same fire that burns within you. When they pray, chains break. When they speak, truth pierces. When they worship, darkness flees. Together, they form a mighty company, silent now, but soon to be revealed throughout history. God has always preserved a remnant. In the days of Elijah, when it seemed the whole nation had bowed to idols, there remained 7,000 who had not bent their knees. In the days of exile, God preserved a Daniel, a Shadrach, a Meshach, and an Abednego. In the days of the early church, when persecution scattered believers, their scattering became the seed for revival across nations. And now, in these days, you are part of that remnant. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Joel, chapter 2, verse 28, "And afterward, I will pour out my Spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your old men will dream dreams. Your young men will see visions." This is not distant prophecy, it is present reality. Across the earth, the Spirit is being poured out, and the remnant is awakening. Chosen one, feel the weight of this truth. You are not a solitary flame, you are one fire among thousands, tens of thousands, millions, and together, these flames form an unquenchable blaze. The darkness may rage, but it cannot extinguish such a fire. The nations may tremble, but they cannot silence such a voice. The remnant army is rising, and you are part of it. This army is unlike any other. It is not united by earthly strategy, but by heavenly vision. Its members may never meet face to face, yet they are bound in the Spirit. Some pray in secret rooms, some fast in silence, some preach boldly in streets, some carry their faith into workplaces and homes. Each one carries a unique piece, yet together they form the full picture of heaven's plan. Chosen one, your obedience matters not only for you, but for them. When you rise, another is strengthened. When you endure, another is inspired. When you walk faithfully, you help pave the way for others in this army to walk with courage. The remnant is not complete without you. There is something powerful about knowing you are part of something bigger. Your pain is not wasted, it is shared. Your victories are not isolated, they echo across the body. Your prayers join with thousands of others, forming a roar that shakes the heavens. Alone, you may feel small, but together, you are unstoppable. The enemy knows this too. That is why he fights not only to silence individuals, but to divide the remnant. He hopes to isolate, to discourage, to scatter, but he cannot destroy what God has sealed. The remnant may be hidden, but it is not broken. It may be scattered, but it is not divided. Its unity is not of man, but of spirit. And no power of hell can sever what heaven has bound. Chosen one, stand firm in this truth. You are a soldier among many. You are part of a family that stretches beyond what your eyes can see. When you feel weak, remember that someone on the other side of the world is praying at that very moment, carrying you in the Spirit. When you feel unheard, know that your cry joins a chorus rising from countless chosen ones, reaching the throne together. The remnant army is not rising for recognition, but for redemption. It is not motivated by fame, but by faith. It does not seek applause, but alignment with heaven. And soon, when the time is right, it will be revealed, not as a scattered few, but as a mighty force clothed in fire, carrying light into the darkest corners of the earth. Chosen one, hold fast to this vision. You are not fighting alone. You are not praying alone. You are not standing alone. A remnant is rising with you. And together you will bear the glory of God into the final chapters of history. Chosen one. The days we are walking into are not days of calm waters, but of stormy seas. Nations tremble. Foundations shake. And the winds of chaos howl louder than ever before. Yet, in the midst of this turbulence, you are not called to sink, you are called to stand. You are not a fragile vessel drifting helplessly, you are an anchored warrior, planted on the rock that cannot be moved. When storms rise, the unrooted are swept away. But you, chosen one, were not built to collapse. You were forged for such an hour as this. The very trials you have endured were training for the storms now brewing. Others may panic, but you will remain calm. Others may fall, but you will remain standing. Scripture says in the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every tongue rising in judgment you condemn. This is your heritage." These words are not abstract promises, they are shields over your life. Weapons may be formed, storms may rage, accusations may rise, but none of them will succeed. Think of a lighthouse battered by waves. Night after night, storms crash against it, winds whip around it, and darkness covers the sea. Yet the lighthouse stands. Not only does it endure, it shines, guiding lost ships safely to shore. That is you, chosen one. You are not only called to withstand the storm, but to shine through it, becoming a beacon for others who would otherwise be lost in the chaos. But hear me with sincerity. Lighthouses do not shine on their own. Their flame must be kept burning. Their structure must be maintained. In the same way, messages like this, streams of living words, do not simply appear. They flow because someone tends the fire, because hidden work keeps the lamp burning. That is why I speak to you humbly. If this word has strengthened you, if it has reminded you of who you are, then let your response become part of the fire that keeps shining. Your like is not just a reaction, it is fuel that tells the platform, send this light further. Your share is not just a button, it is a lifeboat you throw into stormy waters, carrying someone else to safety. Your subscription is not just a number, it is a pledge, saying, I will keep the flame alive. And yes, even your donation, whether small or great, is oil poured into the lamp. Without oil, even the strongest flame can dim, but with oil, the light burns long into the night. Your giving is not about keeping a voice alive, it is about keeping a beacon shining for countless others who desperately need direction in their storm. Chosen one. Think of how farmers work. They sow seed into soil, often hidden from sight, waiting patiently for rain. Months later, what was invisible bursts into visible harvest. In the same way, when you support, whether by engagement, words, or resources, you are sowing into unseen soil. And just like seed, Your act multiplies beyond what you could imagine. You may not see the ripple today, but one day, a stranger's life saved by this light will be part of your unseen harvest. And I ask one more thing: leave a comment. Write your testimony, your declaration, your voice. Words written in faith are like carvings etched in stone. They do not fade easily. Your comment might be the very encouragement another weary soul needs to keep going. Just as you found strength here, someone else might find strength in your words. But beyond engagement, let us return to the heart, the storm. Chosen one. Storms will come. This we know. But you are anchored. Your roots go deep. And because of that, no matter how fierce the shaking, you will not be moved. In fact, storms will only reveal how strong you have truly become. Do not fear the thunder. Do not fear the wind. Do not fear the waves. The rock beneath you is stronger than them all. And when the storm clears, it will not be ruins that remain. It will be you, standing, shining, proclaiming, testifying. For the storm that was sent to break, you will become the very proof that you cannot be broken. So rise, chosen one. Let your life be the lighthouse in this hour. Stand firm, shine bright, and let others see the hope that anchors you. And as you do, let your actions, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your giving, your words be part of the flame that ensures the light never goes out. You are not only enduring the storm, you are leading others through it. Chosen one. The fire that rests upon you is not temporary. It is not like the flickering flame of a candle that burns brightly for a moment and then fades into smoke. No, the fire placed within you is eternal, and it has been destined to crown you, not only in this life, but in the life to come. You were created to be crowned with eternal fire, a mark of victory that will never be erased. This crown is not of gold that tarnishes, nor of jewels that can be stolen. It is not recognition from men that fades when their memory fails. The crown set aside for you is a crown of glory, one that shines with a brilliance no earthly treasure can match. And it is given not because of earthly achievements, but because you endured. You remained faithful. You carried the flame without letting it die. Consider what the Apostle Paul wrote in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 8. There is in store the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, Judge, will award on that day to all who longed. Chosen one. This is your inheritance, a crown not earned by striving, but received by faithfulness. Think of how you have walked through fire in this life. Every trial, every loss, every burden was part of your refining. What seemed to strip you was actually clothing you. What seemed to break you was actually building you. The battles you fought on earth were shaping the crown you will one day wear in eternity. Each scar became a jewel. Each tear became a flame. Each sacrifice became a thread woven into that crown of fire. And yet, this crowning is not only for the future. Even now, heaven places honor upon those who endure. The authority you carry, the light that shines from you, the peace that follows you into storms, these are glimpses of your crown in the present. Others may not see it, but in the spirit, you are already marked as royalty, already crowned with fire, chosen one. This crown also carries responsibility. It is not just decoration, It is empowerment. Crowns in the kingdom signify authority, and the crown of fire upon your life means you walk with heavenly mandate. When you speak, you do not speak as one without weight. You speak with authority that darkness recognizes. When you move, you do not move as one forgotten. You move as one commissioned. The crown is proof that you are chosen to reign, not just in eternity, but even now in the spheres God has placed you. This does not mean your life will be easy. In fact, crowns are often forged in pain. The thorns of this world try to pierce you, but even they are transformed into glory. Think of the crown of thorns placed on Christ's head. It was meant as mockery, but in heaven's eyes, it became part of his victory. In the same way, the suffering you have endured has been woven into your eternal crown. What the enemy meant as shame has become your glory. Chosen one, never let the world deceive you into trading your eternal crown for temporary comforts. Many are distracted by things that glitter but do not last. They chase after crowns of fame, wealth, or approval, only to find them crumble into dust. But you know better. You carry fire that cannot be quenched, a crown that cannot be stolen, and a destiny that cannot be erased. Lift your head when the battle feels heavy. Remember that every step you take is moving you closer to that day when heaven places the crown upon your head and declares, "Well done." Let this truth keep you steady in storms, faithful in trials, and bold in your calling. For in the end, the fire will not destroy you, it will adorn you. The crown will not be a symbol of survival alone, but of triumph. And when you stand crowned with eternal fire, it will not just testify of who you are, but of who he is, the one who sustained you, refined you, and crowned you with glory everlasting. Chosen one. The crown is real, the fire is eternal, and it rests upon you, both now and forever. Chosen one. Everything has been leading to this moment. Every battle, every silence, every tear, every rising flame, none of it was random. All has been preparing you for the final charge. You have been refined like gold in the furnace, strengthened like steel under pressure, and awakened like a lion from slumber. Now heaven commissions you, walk boldly, carrying the power of God into the earth. This charge is not a suggestion, it is a divine command. You were not chosen to sit silently in shadows. You were chosen to move, to act, to speak, to shine. The world is trembling. Nations are searching, and hearts are longing. The power within you was not placed there for decoration. It was placed there for demonstration. You are the vessel through which heaven intends to show its glory. Chosen one. The time for hesitation has ended. The days of shrinking back are over. Your calling is not waiting in some distant future. It is here and now. Every step you take is holy ground, for the Spirit of the living God dwells within you. When you walk, you do not walk alone. Heaven walks with you. When you speak, you do not speak empty words. Your voice carries the resonance of eternity. The Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 19, "For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed." Do you hear it? Creation itself is groaning, waiting for you and others like you to rise. The earth is desperate for the light you carry. You are not small in this story. You are essential. Chosen one. Understand this. The final charge is not about striving, but about surrender. It is not about trying to become powerful, but about yielding to the power already inside you. You do not need to manufacture fire. It has been burning within you all along. What heaven asks now is that you stop holding it back. Release it. Let it flow. Let it blaze. This charge will not always be easy. You will face resistance. Darkness does not surrender territory without a fight. But you have already been given authority. You are not sent to beg darkness to leave. You are sent to command it to flee. You are not entering battle uncertain of the outcome. You are entering as one who already carries victory. Think of a warrior carrying a torch into the night. The torch does not argue with the darkness. It simply shines. And darkness retreats. That is you. Your role is not to debate with shadows, but to burn with such intensity that shadows cannot remain. This is the essence of your charge, to carry fire where others only see night. Chosen one, let your life become a living declaration that God still moves, that heaven still speaks, that light still triumphs. Let your faith be unshakable, your love undeniable, your hope unquenchable. For when others see you, they will not only see you, they will see the God who chose you, the God who marked you, the God who moves through you. This final charge is also a call to endurance. Do not run quickly and burn out, run steadily, with eyes fixed on the eternal crown. Do not be swayed by applause or discouraged by rejection. Neither defines you. Only the voice of your Father does. And his voice has already declared, you are mine. You are chosen. You are called. So rise. Chosen one. Step into the fullness of who you are. Walk boldly. Speak fearlessly. Live faithfully. The days ahead may shake the earth, but you will not be shaken. For you are part of a kingdom that cannot be moved, and you carry a fire that cannot be extinguished. The final charge is this: live as if heaven is within you, because it is. Carry the presence, release the fire, and walk in the authority of one who has been chosen for this very hour. The earth is waiting, heaven is watching, and the Spirit is urging, now go. Crowned with fire, clothed in light, armed with destiny, for you are not only called, you are commissioned, beloved chosen one. You have walked through the words, section by section, each one unfolding the truth of who you are, from the seal placed upon you before birth, through the hidden battles, through the tears that became weapons, through the narrow road, through the mantle of fire. You have seen that none of your journey has been wasted. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You are not powerless. You are chosen, sealed, and crowned. Let this truth rest deeply in your spirit. You are unstoppable, not because of who you are alone, but because of the one who lives in you. Darkness cannot overcome you. Fear cannot bind you. The storms of this world cannot drown you. For you walk in the authority of heaven, carrying a fire that will never be quenched. Your life is not small. Chosen one, you are part of a divine plan stretching across generations. Part of a remnant army rising in this hour. Part of heaven's strategy to pierce the darkest night with unshakable light. So step forward boldly. Do not shrink. Do not hide. Do not doubt. The crown of eternal fire rests upon your head. The mantle of the warrior rests upon your shoulders. And the voice of God whispers still, "This is your time. Rise, my chosen one." Now, your best days are not behind you, they are before you. The story is not ending, it is only beginning. The earth is waiting, heaven is watching, and you, beloved, are ready.